Okay, Ned, are you ready for me to go ahead and read the first part?
Yes, please.
Okay. City Council meeting, April 20th, 2020, 7 p.m. City Council chambers at 525 East Spring Street. Due to the public health crisis and current state of emergency, the City Council will be participating via telephone, RSMO 610.015, when it is necessary to take votes by roll call in a meeting of the public governmental body due to an emergency of the public body, with a quorum of the members of the public body physically present and in attendance and less than a quorum of the members of the public governmental body participating via telephone, facsimile, internet, or any other voice or electronic means, the nature of the emergency of the public body justifying that departure from the normal requirements shall be stated in the minutes. Where such emergency exists, the votes taken shall be regarded as if all members were physically present and in attendance at the meeting. The meeting will be closed to the public in order to minimize the risk of the novel coronavirus and to ensure continuity of governmental services. However, you may view the live stream of the meeting at the YouTube channel for the City of Boonville and on Channel 3 with Suddenlink Cable TV. If you have a public comment that you would like to present to the council, please contact Teresa Studley, City Clerk, before 4 p.m. on Monday. It states April 6th, should be April 20th of 2020 at 660-882-2332, or by email at teresa.studley@boonville-mo.org. Your statement will be read during the hearing of citizens' comments. Thank you.
Whitney,
Yes, sir.
you're up. Call to order.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nicely done.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to gather, even if it is electronically. Thank you for this beautiful day. Please take your caring and your healing hands and wrap those who are infected with the pandemic. Please be with those first responders, doctors, officials, local government, big government, everybody. Wrap your hands around them. Help guide them through this. And in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Whitney. Roll call.
Venable.
Here.
Whitney Venable, here via phone. Dorman.
Here.
Vanessa Dorman, here via phone. Stock.
Here.
Michael Stock, here via phone. Young.
Here.
Steve Young, here via phone. Meadows.
Here.
Susan Meadows, here via phone. Bozarth.
Here.
Brent Bozarth, here via phone. Hurt.
Here.
Henry Hurt, here via phone. Carter.
Here.
Morris Carter, here via phone.
Hearing and citizens' comments. Did we have any posted for us, Teresa?
There were no citizens' comments received.
Okay, thank you. Approval of the minutes of the April 6, 2020 council meeting. They were on pages 3 through 8. Any corrections or changes? There being none, they will stand as submitted. There are no consent items. So we have presentations of accounts and claims. Item A, appropriations for closing of fiscal year 2019-2020.
Ordinance appropriating money. Be it ordained by the council of the city of Boonville as follows. The March 2020 final expenses. For Section 1, for the purpose of paying salaries and various accounts against the city of Boonville, which have been allowed by the council at the regular meeting thereof on April 20th, 2020, the sum of $291,300.07. General Fund, $185,960.25. Sanitation, $14,664.66. CIP tax, $3,919.41. Waterworks, $30,970.53. Capital projects, $0.00. Wastewater, $40,162.20. Tourism, $7,713.52. Gaming fund, $5,181.00. Parks and Water, $2,728.50. Section 2, the accountant is hereby authorized and instructed to draw checks on the respective city bank accounts in favor of the persons whose salaries and accounts have been allowed as above, amounting to $291,300.07, being the total amount of money above appropriated. Section 3, this ordinance shall take effect and be enforced from and after its passage. First reading on April 20th, 2020, read for the second time this 20th day of April 2020, since a copy was made available prior to the meeting.
Second reading, title only.
Ordinance appropriating money.
Mayor, make a motion this be approved.
Thank you, Morris. Is there a second?
Second.
That was Vanessa, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Vanessa. Any kind of questions or comments? Roll call.
Venable.
Yes.
Venable, yes. Dorman.
Yes.
Dorman, yes. Stock.
Yes.
Stock, yes. Young.
Yes.
Young, yes. Meadows.
Yes.
Meadows, yes. Bozarth.
Yes.
Bozarth, yes. Hurt.
Yes.
Hurt, yes. Carter.
Yes.
Carter, yes. Motion passed.
Thank you. Item B, appropriations for beginning of new fiscal year 2020-2021. It's on page 10.
Ordinance appropriating money, April 2020 expenses. Be it ordained by the council of the city of Boonville as follows. Section 1, for the purpose of paying salaries and various accounts against the city of Boonville, which been allowed by the council at the regular meeting thereof on April 20th, 2020, the sum of $265,409.31. General fund, $53,892.88. Sanitation, $35.44. CIP tax, $728.40. Waterworks, $73,560.30. Capital projects, $0.00. Wastewater, $5,540.59. Tourism, $784.98. Gaming, $130,516.74. Parks and Water, $349.98. Section 2, the accountant is hereby authorized and instructed to draw checks on the respective city bank accounts in favor of the persons whose salaries and accounts have been allowed as above, amounting to $265,409.31, being the total amount of money above appropriated. Section 3, this ordinance shall take effect and be enforced from and after its passage. First reading on April 20th, 2020, read for the second time this 20th day of April 2020, since a copy was made available prior to the meeting.
Second reading, title only.
Ordinance appropriating money.
Mayor, make a motion this be approved.
Thank you, Morris. Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you, Susan. Any comments? Roll call.
Venable.
Yes.
Venable, yes. Dorman.
Yes.
Dorman, yes. Stock.
Yes.
Stock, yes. Young.
Yes.
Young, yes. Meadows.
Yes.
Meadows, yes. Bozarth.
Yes.
Bozarth, yes. Hurt.
Yes.
Hurt, yes. Carter.
Yes.
Carter, yes. Motion passes.
All right, thank you. Unfinished business. Item A, discussion with table bill number 2020-004 regarding joint ownership / management, MOA, and joint management and maintenance, MOA, with Boonville R1 School District.
Mayor, I make a motion.
I'm sorry, sir?
I need to make a motion that we bring this off the table.
Okay, please do.
I'll make a motion that we bring the bill number 2020-004 off the table.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Brent. Any questions or discussion about bringing it off the table? Okay, roll call.
Venable.
Yes.
Venable, yes. Dorman.
I have questions.
We have to bring it off the table before we can have any questions.
That's correct.
Right, I didn't get to say that I had questions.
You can't have, there's not really questions off of a motion to just bring something off the table.
Okay,
Dorman?
all right, yes.
Dorman, yes. Stock?
Yes.
Stock, yes. Young?
Yes.
Young, yes. Meadows?
Yes.
Meadows, yes. Bozarth?
Yes.
Bozarth, yes. Hurt?
Yes.
I just got kicked off again.
Hurt, yes. Carter?
I can see you,
Yes.
Kate.
Carter, yes. Motion passes.
Okay, now in order to do the comments, I'm gonna call your name like it's a roll call, and I'm gonna ask for your comments. So we start with Whitney. Whitney, your comments, please.
I have none, sir.
Okay. Vanessa,
I was wondering why it's being pulled off the table. Can I ask that?
why it's being brought off the table?
Yes.
Okay, it was brought off of the table so that we can discuss it and vote on it or pass it on for another meeting. Bringing it off the table
Right?
gets it in a position where we can act on it.
I hear you.
Okay.
Do you have any comments on the bill? Any questions?
No, it looks good to me.
Okay. All right. Scott?
I'm good.
Okay. Steve, Young?
Just a question. So this has been agreed upon by the other party also, the school district?
Yeah, the school board is ready to sign it. In fact, they've given Charlie Melkersman authority to sign it.
Okay, so they voted yes and they're just ready to sign. Okay,
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, Steve?
I think that's it.
Okay, Susan?
No
I'll do a say
comment.
yes.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Brent?
The only question I have, I'm still not clear. The school part that we were waiting on, that's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. It all seems to be in order. My question is the Boonville Soccer Academy. It looks to me like we're footing all the bills for this. I just have some concerns about that. Instead of what point in time, or I know they're turning the money over to us, but is that really taking care of the bills?
I think just as a
Kate,
point of
do you want to address that, please? Kate, do
Yeah,
you want to
just as a-
address that, please?
Just as a point of clarification, Brent, the soccer academy doesn't turn the money over to us. We get the money directly. So it goes into a bank account held by the city.
You
Then
get
what
the
happens?
money directly. You get the money directly
Correct.
from who's putting on the event. Okay.
Correct. And then what's been going on is the soccer academy turns in invoices for work time, and then we pay them.
You pay the individual or you pay the soccer academy?
We pay the soccer academy.
Okay.
Bless you.
Okay, Brent, anything else?
Yeah, I just wonder, is there something? Is there accounting that's available for that for review? I mean, I know initially when we set this up, the city was going to fund $10,000 to get them started with equipment or personnel or whatever, but I just wasn't sure how the rest of it was getting paid.
Basically, right now, we just pay them just like we would pay any other bill. So, although of course now they haven't sent in much, but last spring,
Well, yeah, with nothing
they
going
would,
on,
they would send in like the timesheets and anything they bought, but typically we had already talked about what they were buying in terms of it being essential for what they were doing. And then they would turn in all the invoices and then we would pay them. So we have all that, and it runs separate out of the 2002 budget.
Okay, well, I guess my
I'm out
last question would be, since we've started this and the monies that have come
Teresa,
in,
I'm out again.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear anybody.
Okay, Brent, hold on just a second. Kate can't hear
I was
anymore.
just curious, I mean, and this is probably something you can't answer off the top of your head, but since this has started, the monies that have been brought in and what we paid out in bills, how much income have these soccer fields actually generated to this point?
Brent, hold on just a second. Kate's having some issues. I'm wondering here, hang up from Teams and call in with the number. Yeah, just use over there. Hold on just a second. We're gonna get Kate back in.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yes, you do have an email. I can give you the code number if you can get the phone number. Do you have the phone number? Okay, I'll give you the code number. Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready? Did you? Okay, 478 856. 478. 478 856 879 pound. Four seven eight. I'm sorry, 476. Sorry, 856 879. I apologize. I'm sorry. Pound.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you in?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hear me?
I can now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, Brent.
Brent,
Is now
do you remember
joining.
your
Yeah,
question?
how much of that last question did you hear? Okay.
I didn't really hear any of it, I'll be honest.
Okay. What I asked, I was curious, and I know you can't answer this tonight, but I was just curious with the money we have put out on the invoices that have come in versus the money we have brought in from where do we stand as far as costs versus expenses on how much the soccer fields are brought into this point?
I think, Brent, if I remember correctly, that number is probably for what would have been 19, 20. I want to say we were probably like plus 8,000
Okay.
in terms of what we made.
Yeah. After expenses, yeah, I understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
That it,
That was
Brent?
all my questions.
All right, thank you, sir. Henry?
No questions.
Yeah, Morris?
Well, I've got several questions, but, we're not gonna vote on this tonight anyway.
No.
Okay, so it's gonna come up for the second reading at the next meeting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm supposed to get Kate Wednesday for all my
Okay.
information.
All right, that's good. All right, so you're gonna sit down with Kate on Wednesday with your questions, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Kate, I just have one for you.
Mhm.
In the joint management and maintenance with Jimmy,
Mhm.
it requires quarterly financial reports. Have you decided what dates you want to use on that? And the reason I ask that is that when we're doing the budget for the whole city, we're usually reporting that and discussing that in February, let's say.
Right.
And you might be able to coincide that those discussions with your quarterly report. In other words, you would do a February, and then you'd do an April, and then you'd do, an August, and then you'd do an October. Have you thought at all about that?
I think we had just, like you said, talked about doing a February report because that would be about the time we would do budget, and then we would just go quarterly after that.
Okay, you're echoing, and I didn't catch that. Did you, Teresa?
She said she was thinking about wanting to start that in February, which would coincide with the budget, and then go quarterly after that.
Okay. All right. Okay, that was the only one I wrote down, and I'll holler at Morris if I've got anything else so he can cover that. Anybody else have any questions? All right, then we will move that bill off to the next meeting. Thank you.
Do we need to have a motion to have that on second
Item
reading?
8, new business, first reading of bill number 2020-011, amending an agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for funding of runway reconstruction and other improvements at Jesse Verdel Memorial Airport.
An ordinance amending the state block grant with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission, MHTC, to extend the project time for design and construction of runway 1836 north connecting taxiway and north turnaround reconstruction and runway lighting replacement.
Okay, you're echoing too. Huh, Teresa? I don't know
why.
Any idea what causes that?
No, not at all.
Okay. Item 9, reports of standing committees. Police Board, Henry? We canceled? Okay. So is Historic Preservation. Item 10, reports of city officials. City Administrator.
Yeah, hang on one second. I'm going to go in another room and see if I can get rid of the echo.
Okay, thank you.
Is that better?
It sounds better to me. What about the rest of you?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot better.
Yeah. Teresa and I were on headphones, so maybe you're hearing us, because otherwise we have feedback between the two of each other.
Aha!
Okay,
There we go. Okay, thank you.
so
So
just a couple updates that we wanted to do in regards to where we are with COVID-19 and the things that's impacting here at the city. One of the big issues we've been facing or expecting to face is the water and sewer utility bill. So on page 66 of the package and 67, we have two the Buy Boonville, Build Boonville Challenge, and then just general relief programs that we'll offer to our customers. We talked about the fact that we are still not shutting anybody's water off, and that will continue. I think in here we wrote through July, but I want to amend that to say through June, but there's a possibility of an extension if we need to do that. So that's the first thing. We also are waiving any late payments. So if you're late on your water bill, we're not going to have that payment penalty on there anymore. And then the last thing for utility relief from us will be that if you have a large bill and you're carrying a large bill of $150 or more, we will create an installment plan so you can pay that bill over the course of 6 months in addition to whatever your monthly bill is. So the example we gave is if it was $210, you would apply for the installment plan. You could get an application through the water office, and then you would have a $35 charge on your June through November bills in addition to whatever your regular water bill. So if it was $80, then you would have the $80 water bill and then the $35 installment plan bill. So the applications, I say, must be made to the Public Works or Assistant Public Works Director, and they can be emailed, mailed, or dropped in the drop box. and we will make the applications available on the City of Boonville website, and we're finalizing that application up today, and I think hopefully ML will be done with that. Since ML and I aren't on the same team, I passed it off to him, and I know he's working on that. The other thing,
you're expecting that plan to be to our customers by the end of April?
yeah, I mean, I think ML's on the call, and he can talk about when they would start running him, but we basically said through April 24, today, someone can make a call and ask for that application.
Okay, great, thank you.
And then the other one is just that we're doing the Buy Boonville, Build Boonville Challenge. So this is one way that we can help support our local businesses. The information is on page 67. This is for any customer, business, residential, and you can get credits for as many accounts as you have. So if you're someone who has 4 or 5 water accounts, you can get credit on all of those. Basically, you just spend $25 at a local business, and you send those receipts in, and then we'll give you a $15 credit. And that's going to, with a maximum of $60 off per account.
Kate,
Yes.
I think this is a great program. I'm just curious, how are you promoting this to the public? How much awareness will there be?
Yeah, so we haven't done anything so we're this is the first debut here with you guys, and after today, we'll push it out to KWRT, we'll send it out to the chamber, I'll call Boonville Daily News, I know they'll do a news article, and we will put it out on Facebook. I'm sure Bobby will put it out on the Boonville Police Department Facebook page for us, and tourism can put it out on their Facebook page, and I think it'll just hopefully get picked up, and then we'll put flyers at the doors of City Hall and the water department for now, and then we may, I don't know, we didn't think about sending out a letter across the board to everybody, but maybe we'll talk about a way to get something out to all customers.
Oh, that's great. I really commend you all for doing that. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so we to be transparent, we stole this from another community, so we just thought it was a really cool activity. So.
Well, I think it's okay that you stole it.
Yeah, so we just wanted to be able to, and we're carrying this one, as we said, all the way through June, through the month. So this will go through April and through May, and I want to make sure, because we were kind of talking about multiple deadlines. But yeah, so this way people will, through the end of June, So we figured this way anyone could take advantage of it, and even if we're back up to business as usual, it'll be a good incentive for people to get back out and spend in Boonville.
Sure. Well, that's great.
Kate, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that other businesses can go to local businesses, is local business, is that broken down or going to be in?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So what you spend your money at, if you're a local business owner and you go spend the money to get the credit on your water, sewer bill, or trash bill, whatever it is, mixed together, what are the definitions of local business? Is it anything in the city limits, or?
We just said a local business is any business with a Boonville address. So we didn't try to decipher too much past that point.
I got you. Okay, that's what, because that's what I wanted to make sure. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one question I had. Actually, this has already gotten out because I had a call on it today. So I don't know how it got out, but and they were asking if Walmart would qualify, and I said, well, they've got a local address, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, and you'll note at the beginning that we said it didn't actually start till April 24th, so
right.
We're just we wanted to make sure to give ML and Amy a chance to get everything set up on their end.
Right.
So we'll start this week, and I'm hopeful that people will take advantage of it. So.
And their receipts need to be dated after April 24th if it's going to qualify.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, go ahead.
Go. Nope, you're fine. Go for it, Kate.
Okay, then I was just going to move to, on page 69, I had talked to Paul about the pool. I know we had talked about it at the last council meeting as well. So you'll see his email to me. I just asked him, okay, give me the situation we're at with the pool. And here are his notes. And he just notes that they have 12 to 15 trained lifeguards returning for the season. He needs 4 junior guards and 4 cashiers and 8 more guards. He has enough applicants, but they're not certified, so the timing of certification. In terms of getting the pool in operation, it takes 2 weeks with 3 people to get it open and ready. Because of the way we're doing the split shifts, he notes that they're really only able to do the lawn mowing and keeping up with the grass. And so he's struggling with the decision if you pull people out of mowing grass right now to open the pool and then we didn't open, we'll be behind on the grass. So he's just not sure right now, but he's continuing to monitor it, and he and Skylar have been in regular communication. So in terms of whether or not the pool is going to be open, we haven't made any decisions. We're just taking it day by day and minute by minute, and hopefully, you know, if things look like we're going to open, you know, if things seem like they're going to be lifted in May, that might make things seem more likely that we'll be able to open. However, if there are restrictions on the amount of people you can have at a place, we'll need to determine whether or not it's cost effective for us to open a pool. If, say, you can only have 20 people there, whatever the number might be, we'll need to make that decision as to whether or not it's cost effective for us to do that. So long story short, all that to say, we don't really know what's going on with the pool still. We're hopeful we'll get it open, but there's no guarantees.
Can I have a question?
Mm-hmm.
Won't it have to be like phase 3 for that to be open?
Yeah, that's kind of like the way that they've described it. Yeah, that's kind of how I
phase 3. Okay.
read it too.
Yeah.
So.
There's another question. Yeah, go, Mike.
With the returning lifeguards, the older kids, could we not use them with one of the parks people like we did last year to work to get it ready?
We probably could. I think you could have, if you had Paul or one of the other people who are a certified pool operator, we could, utilize some of our lifeguards.
Like just scrubbing chairs and cleaning and, you know, doing stuff like that and get blowing off, you know, things. It was just something that I had a question. Somebody had asked me that also, and I didn't know that was an option. Because I know last year with the weather was so goofy and the kids were actually helping, and we're on staff already. So I didn't know.
Yes. Yeah, if you recall last year we had the light pole tip over and it pushed all the glass into the pool, and we had to drain it and then bring it back up again. So,
gotcha.
I think if there's an opportunity to bring in some of those lifeguards, we could do that. I'll have to talk to Paul about his note here about 2 weeks for you guys to get the pool. I don't know if that's something that he could pull Skylar and someone else to do as well.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Kate,
Nope.
you got something else, Kate?
I just was going to let you guys know that I talked to Joy Howard today about the refunding of our COPs. If you remember, we did the resolution at the last council meeting. We have already taken steps, so we've liquidated all of the reserve account, and that happened last week. And so things are proceeding excellently on time. So next council meeting, we'll have the first reading to go ahead and do the actual refunding of the bond. And at that time also we'll have all of the final documents. So I've seen a couple drafts, but they're kind of still shifting as all of the money gets finalized and what savings we'll see, but the savings that we'll see have continued to increase, not decrease. So good news.
Nice.
I have one more thing too, if I can, if we have time.
Sure.
I was asked by several people, is there any way that we as a city can push back, pick up Boonville to middle of summer, maybe before school starts, somewhere in there?
Yeah, I think it's possible for us to revisit. We actually had already gotten all of the supplies that we purchased, and then the aisle donates all the food for us. So, but we had gotten all of the supplies, the T-shirts and everything like that. So I think if we wanted to, we could do a delayed pickup Boonville.
Cool. That's it. That's all the questions I have.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Mike, which pickup Boonville was you referring to? The trash
Where you pick up all the trash and whatever anybody wants to get rid of, because this is a unique situation we're in right now.
Right.
I'm talking
That's what I was
everything,
asking.
and it should be thrown out the window on all of it, and we do it all, everything, like the stuff we pick up out of the ditches, everywhere, plus people getting rid of stuff out of their houses, I think.
I didn't know if you were
think
talking about that one or the transfer
No, both
station.
of them. Good question. I didn't clarify. Sorry.
ML. Is an ML on this call?
Yes.
Guess
Yes,
not.
he is. He needs to hit 6 pound to get off, or *6 to get off mute. ML.
He's taking a nap.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
He's sleeping.
Let
Okay,
me text
Kate,
him.
you can pass it back to him, please.
Okay. And if he
Okey-doke.
comes on, we'll put it into miscellaneous.
ML's here.
Oh, hey.
How about now?
Oh, well,
There was a question about spring cleanup in terms of like the bulk pickup. Is there a possibility of that getting pushed into the late summer or?
There is, and we talked about that from the very beginning. Of course, when we canceled it, we had no idea knowing when to reschedule. So yes, we intended to reschedule it. I just don't have a date on when to do that. But let me talk about the litter pickup. One of the reasons that it is originally in that early spring, late winter is because it's so much easier to pick up trash when there isn't all the vegetation. So it's good to try to reschedule that, but it may not be quite as effective, which is something we'll have to deal with. And then the organizers next March will be able to move on at a regular schedule.
all right. Anything else for Kate?
Nope, that's all I have.
Okey-doke. Mayor, I've got a couple for miscellaneous, but on this one, I want everybody to look at page 80.
80?
Page 80.
18.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you're like I am, I don't always get to that very back page. But I got to the back page this time, and ouch! It's pretty stout. Okay, City Clerk.
Yes, I do have something. The city of Boonville is now accepting applications for local agency funding. The local agency funds are limited to not-for-profit, non-religious organizations or divisions of government. Currently, with public offices being closed to the novel coronavirus, you may obtain the application on the city of Boonville's website at www.boonvillemo.org. When the public offices reopen, applications may be obtained from the city clerk's office at 401 Main Street from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Applications must be returned to the city clerk's office no later than 5 p.m. on Friday, May the 22nd of 2020. With the public offices being closed, you may return the application in the Dropbox at City Hall or email the signed and completed application to teresa.studley@boonville-mo.org. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Teresa. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Miscellaneous. Anybody have any comments that they want to make on Heritage Day?
I need to withdraw that motion on the map that we passed at the last council meeting on Heritage Day for the chamber.
Okay. We don't need. Who had the second, Morris?
Do what?
I had the second on it, and I agree with that.
Okay, so that's withdrawn then. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else on the maps that were included, or the map that was included by anybody?
Ned, we just need to give the chamber an opportunity to present that to the council along with insurance and a few other things. And we don't even know at this point if we're going to have a Heritage Day.
That's true. Okay. Well, that's what we'll do, and I'm glad you made a comment on the insurance thing, much as the follow-up that both you and I have done. That's good. All right.
Just something about that, Mayor, on the map. The map that's in our packets is the same map. It's the same layout that we did last year.
Okay.
It's the same setup that we did last year at Heritage Days. The only difference being is that there's nothing in front of the post office on Spring Street.
And wasn't there one? Doesn't this have one more leg of car show than last year? The leg that goes up Chestnut Street there.
No, it went up Chestnut Street last year too.
Okay, I didn't remember that. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, it did. It went up, to about the end of the city, where the city parking lot is. It went up to about there. It didn't go any much further than that, but it was up to about the parking lot there on the street.
Yeah, and I did note that they left 3rd Street clear, so that's good. That can be the good backup.
Right. Yeah, 3rd Street's completely clear. And just an answer to one question, I just happened to stumble on that today. As far as insurance, the chamber does have liability insurance.
Good. So that's on the
But
chamber of commerce.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I know
But
that to be a fact. So.
Okay, but they don't cover the board members through the E&O.
No, they do not.
Right. Yeah, Karen told me that. Okay. All righty. And I have a question.
There was a motion and a second on that. We'll have to have a vote.
On what?
There was a motion
withdraw
by
the motion.
Morris and a second by Brent to withdraw the approved map that was approved on April the 6th.
Okay, so there was a motion. Okay, I thought it was just a withdrawal. Roll call.
Venable?
Yes.
Venable, yes. Dorman?
Yes.
Dorman, yes. Stock?
Yes.
Stock, yes. Young?
Yes.
Young, yes. Meadows?
Yes.
Meadows, yes. Bozarth?
Yes.
Bozarth, yes. Hurt?
Yes.
Hurt, yes. Carter?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, Keith and ML. We had a complaint, a letter complaint on Maple Street about low power lines and what have you. Do you know if that's been taken care of?
So what was the question again about Maple Street?
We had some low power lines. You couldn't get a truck down through there.
Yeah, well, they're not power lines. I went through there not long after. Actually, we've taken down or cut off or terminated those unused service lines. One was a phone and one was a cable TV line. and they were unused. So as far as other low power lines through there, I mean, I've driven down the street. I guess I suppose it matters the size of the truck, but I don't believe we've got any current or drama.
Okay, good. That's what I was asking. Thanks, and any other miscellaneous?
Yeah, I guess I should have stated that we will proceed cautiously towards May 3rd, and we will see where we are locally, where we are as a state, and then where we are on the federal level in terms of council meetings, opening the business, opening the buildings to the public, and anything else. So I think we'll just take it day by day and see where the numbers are and whether or not we're ready to open up some of these things, or if we're not, and just to be patient, and we'll keep you guys posted.
Okay, give us all the answer to the question. If the governor does not change the May 3 date, do we decide what we open and close, or does the governor?
Well, I mean, I guess we would have to look at the restrictions he puts in place and how that impacts us specifically. So I haven't looked at all of that, to be perfectly honest with you. I figured I'd give it till at least next week because it could change. I think there's also a fair discussion to be had that, you know, maybe things are slowing at the statewide level, and maybe our numbers are spiking, or vice versa. So I think, you know, we'll also have to pay attention to what we're doing locally in terms of whether or not we should open up. And that would come at the discretion of the county health department and the county commission and us. I think we would work together. But my plan at this point in time was to kind of take a look at that next week and see where we are, and if we're in phase 1 of opening, what that looks like and what our capabilities are.
Okay. Everybody understand that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's good. There's motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Oh, okay, we got a motion and a second. Everybody hang up. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Multiple people are now exiting. Multiple people are now exiting.